Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Gemini. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, so we already have the Wheel of Fortune coming through. So someone with strong Sagittarius or fixed energy, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius in their chart. This is also someone, Gemini, who has a lot to offer. This can also be a destined partnership or soulmate connection, but let's see. We have the Two of Wands, okay. They're viewing you as Hanged Man, Pisces energy. There might be something in the Pisces reading for some of you that I just did. And we have the Justice card, Libran energy. Ooh, all right. So I feel like this connection is defined by balance and harmony, soulmate energy for sure. But we also see with the Justice card, this could be something that leads to some sort of long-term connection, like marriage or partnership or just a long-term commitment. The King of Pentacles, so this person may be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or have strong earth in their chart. I feel like this is somebody generous, they're grounded, they're stable, they're secure, they're creative. Okay, this is steady, hardworking energy. And so I feel like they have a lot to offer. So, and they might not come off that way though. Not to say that they don't come off as high value, but I feel like this is somebody who's like a low-key millionaire, right? And maybe they're not a millionaire, but it's like this person is not particularly concerned with like status, and but they have a lot to offer. They've got a lot of money in the bank. They're grounded, they're real, they work hard, they're creative. I just get like they're the opposite of pretentious here, Gemini. The Wheel of Fortune tells me though that they do have a lot to offer. This is a destined partnership. Okay, the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Cups. So some of you, this person may be a little bit worried that you're going to reject them. Okay, and they might be a little bit hesitant to emotionally invest because I feel like they've been emotionally drained or they've been hurt in the past, or they're not sure about you in the beginning. Because they see you holding back and like looking at all the details. Some of you, this person has a water sign as an ex, somebody who kind of really did a number on them. I don't know if they have children with this person or it was just a difficult breakup or separation. For others of you, I do get this person is extremely creative, but when you meet them, they may be experiencing creative blockages. All right, and my Geminis, how you're going to be feeling the Emperor energy. So you are on the top of your game, Aries energy. You're strategic, you're powerful, you're in this really divine counterpart energy. But more so, it's like you are your own boss. Like you're on top of the world. You've got everything under control. You've done a lot of up leveling. And again, maybe this person feels a little bit intimidated by that energy here, Gemini. All right. So let's see, what else do we need to know about this person? You know what you want though. You're willing to step up here. Okay, we see a giver. Yeah, some of you, this person has a tendency to overgive in relationships, so they might be kind of recovering from that. They have a tendency to put the needs of others first. But they are solid, stable, secure, predictable, dependable. So I do love that energy. Like despite them being an overgiver at times, they still have their own wealth, abundance, and stability. We see karmic soulmate. There may be a karmic soulmate around them, Gemini, that Queen of Cups. I don't know if it's somebody they co-parent with or it's an ex or something like that. But I also feel like you shouldn't be put off or scared by this label, because the energy here is that you're meant to learn lessons in this connection and help each other evolve. And these lessons can be like, oh, I can be myself and still be loved, or it can be, this person can restore your faith and love. That can be the lesson. Like not everybody's, a terrible person, or not all the good ones are taken, right? That can be a lesson. We do see Leo energy, so ruled by fire. This positive, passionate sign is playful. They like attention. Strength and resilience is their hallmark. This person is strong. They are resilient. They're grounded. I'm also getting like a real quiet strength here, Gemini, that I think is going to bring you a lot of ease. You know, you're going to feel safe in this connection or with this person. Now, the Two of Wands for me, Gemini, is also a twin flame card for me, but regardless of the label we're going to give this connection, I see these two really getting along well. Like you may start off as a friendship or with a friendship, but I'm also seeing that like you two love, like, you know, you think about the world in the same ways. You're going to share a lot of memes and stories and, you know, things that you find online that just make each other chuckle, that are smart, that are funny. And I know my Geminis out there, this is coming from yours truly, who's a Venusian Gemini or has a Venus in Gemini. You need that in a relationship. You need somebody who's switched on. You need somebody who's funny. You need somebody who's intelligent. You need someone who can take a joke here. So with the Two of Wands energy, I just see you two getting along extremely well. All right, this person might have a jealous ex, and I do get that with that Queen of Cups around them, that karmic soulmate energy. Again, this person is somebody who's like high value, so I can see why, you know, somebody in their past wouldn't want to let them go, and they also give a lot, right? So we see on their mind and in their heart, Gemini, so you're absolutely going to be on their mind and in their heart. And this person loves animals. Oh, and if you do too, Gemini, that is just going to melt your heart. If you have pets, you're just going to love how this person treats your pets. At the bottom of the deck, we see it's going to be love at first sight. Okay, that could be for you. It could be for them. Hopefully it's mutual, right? All right, let's see. What else do my Geminis need to know about this person or this connection? All right, great fortune. So I do feel like this person has a lot to offer, but you know, they may have given a lot of it away or overgiven to someone here. But again, this is not somebody who's destitute. This is not somebody who's broke. You know, they still do have a lot to offer. Okay, they might just question whether or not they're good enough for you, Gemini. We see privileged lady. Now remember, my readings are not meant to be gender specific, but some of the cards that I use are. But I do feel like this is somebody who has a lot to offer. They have nice things. But I do feel like in the past they've lost some money, or they've overgiven, or they gave to the wrong person is kind of what I'm getting. Okay, or they actually they might come off as having less than they actually do. Again, because I don't think this is somebody who's really concerned with status and titles and things like that. Yeah, this person's an overgiver though. Okay, Gemini, so just be aware of that. I feel like that's probably their karmic lesson to learn in this lifetime through relationships. But again, that's all going to change with you, especially since you're coming through as the Emperor energy. Like, you're probably not going to allow that to happen or take advantage of this person's really good nature. Oh, Gemini. All right, let's see. What else do we need to know about this person? What else do we need to know about this person? Okay, they have a pet. Yep, so that lover of animals coming through strong. They may have an imperfection in their speech, so this could be someone who the language you speak with them is not their native language. All right, they may speak with an accent, makes sense, right? They could be from a different city, state, or country, and they spend their money quickly. Yeah, if somebody needs help, this person is the first one to open up their wallet. Okay, and again, I don't think that they're ridiculous about it, but I just think this person has like a bleeding heart, or this person is just somebody who just cares, right? They can't stand to see people or animals suffering. So it's like you've got like a really sweet, kind-souled person here, Gemini. Now, they may have 3 siblings, or they may come from a larger family. With this Hangman energy, Pisces energy, this person is viewing you as somebody who's very spiritual. They're seeing you as somebody awakened. They're seeing you as selfless, loving, and creative. Again, you both might be creative types, and you may actually help this person if they're experiencing some creative blockages. Like, you could be their muse, or they can bounce ideas off of you, things like that. But they definitely see you as holding back, not moving forward here, just taking a look at all the details. And that might be why they worry a little bit that you're, maybe don't feel like they're good enough for something. The Knight of Swords, that's clearly Gemini energy. They love the way you They love the way you present yourself. They love that you're honest. They trust you immediately is kind of what I'm getting in that sense. Like they see you as intelligent. And again, I love this. Both of you need somebody who's switched on. You both need someone who's intelligent, who can engage in witty banter, somebody who can talk about, basically religion, politics, and football and not get their panties in a bunch. If you don't have the same, you don't believe the same things or you don't feel the same way about certain topics. Because I love this. I love this intellectual connection you two will have. And we see the Two of Swords, but they're a little bit worried about you holding back, possibly having options, or just not being sure about them is probably going to make them feel a little bit insecure. Now, you are an Emperor energy, and I do feel like, my Geminis, you are determined not to repeat past mistakes, and you do want to avoid heartbreak. So you're setting strong boundaries, and you're taking your time. Pisces energy, the Hanged Man, is I'm holding back. I'm not rushing into this. I'm looking at all the details. I'm making sure that, I'm not emotionally investing in someone who's not going to meet me where I am or meet me halfway or be able to give me what I'm truly looking for in a relationship. So you're in a very, very, very developed Gemini energy. All right. Let's see. Let's see what else they really admire about you, Gemini. All right, we see Messiah energy, so serving humanity with humility. See, you both have this instinct to help, and you both have this kind of bleeding heart energy, and they love that about you. Although I think you might be a little bit better at setting boundaries. Like they have a little bit to learn from you there. All right, and we see Liberator energy. So they see you as freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs and releasing negative thought patterns. Yeah, I actually think that you're going to be very liberating for this person. There's a sense of ease and relaxation between the two of you to a degree, especially when it comes to developing ideas and talking about how you feel about, religion, politics, and football type energy. But I also feel like this person, you may really free themselves. You may also be the impetus for this person, Gemini, to really put the nail in the coffin with that jealous ex or somebody around them that, maybe has been doing their head in or they've been healing from. Again, I don't think that is going to necessarily bring you drama. And don't let that put you off. I just feel like this person is a little bit, and I want to say the word in Spanish, apagado, which is a little bit, not turned off, but their energy's a little bit low because of what they've been through. Their life force energy's a little bit low, but that is, of course, until this love at first sight, until this energy with you, until talking to you, until meeting you. It's like you add light back into their life. You add that oomph, that spark back. Okay, and not because you're healing this person or fixing this person or you're overgiving, but more so just because you're exactly what they've needed, right? We see the scribe coming through here, Gemini. So we see that preserving knowledge and information, very Gemini energy. And they also saw you as a spiritual commitment there, or spiritually, they see this as a spiritual commitment. They see you as spiritual, awakened, very wise. All right, with the Justice card here, a lot of you, I feel like there is a beautiful give and take between you and this person. It's a balanced connection. It's a soulmate connection. This could be a connection that leads to marriage or a higher level of commitment. But you two just really complement each other in the most harmonious ways here. Okay, and we see that this person understands their capacity and communicates it clearly. Transparency builds trust, so there definitely will be trust here. But I also think this person, they're going to tell you, they're well aware of what they've done wrong in relationships in the past. And I think that's going to be really refreshing because it's someone who comes in with accountability and knows what they don't want to repeat in relationships. And yeah, this person's a real one, Gemini. This is a real one. This connection encourages you to show up as you truly are. So I've got two real ones who meet. Okay. And yeah, and it's there's no facade. There's no mask wearing. And I think that's what's going to be the most refreshing here. And reclaiming emotional agency. This connection reminds you that choice remains yours. Yeah. So it's there's no assumptions being made. There's no, coercion. There's no rushing. You're going to choose each other. That's what I'm getting. You're going to feel chosen, Gemini, and you're going to be choosing this person on a daily basis. All right. And we see at the bottom of the deck here, learning through contrast. So you two might be very different from each other, although I'm also getting a lot of similarities between the two of you. but this connection highlights differences that invite understanding, and growth comes from awareness. I love that. And again, like, you two are going to be able to talk about topics that are maybe polemic or controversial, or where you don't necessarily agree, but it's okay. Like, you're the type of couple that can agree to disagree, right? I love that. Okay. What else do we need to know here? What else do we need to know here? You two are a perfect match. You complete each other in the most harmonious ways. I mean, that's it. That's this reading. There's burning desire. So we haven't talked a lot about this in this reading, Gemini, but it's certainly there, that physical attraction, you know, flames of passion ignite. But I also think this is that this attraction also comes from the mental connection that you have and the trust that you have. Makes your lovemaking very next level, makes it that much hotter. And we see love language, acts of service. So actions speak louder than words. All right. And that's where that trust is from. And guided steps to great love here, Gemini. So follow the path of ascension. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, you're absolutely on the right path here. All right. And any important times or dates here for my Geminis? Any important dates or times here? All right, so next month I'm doing this reading in the month of May, so May, June. And we also see the month of October being important here, so Libra, Scorpio energy, and we have Libran energy, and Spirit saying there have been delays. All right, my lovely Geminis, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.